Welcome, dear students. Here is another session, and today's session is going to be practical. It is about how to install Python by using simple process on Windows operating system. So here is a brief agenda. First, we will download the latest version of Python from the website. The web address is www.python.org/downloads. Once we download the Python, we will install it by using simple process, and then after installation we will be able to write a program in the default idle is actually the default IDE for Python. IDLE stands for Integrated Development and Learning Environment. It is a very simple and beautiful interface by using which you can write Python code. So let us start with the download process. First, you have to enter the URL, which is python.org/downloads, and then here you will see the download Python. The current version of Python is 3.9.0. Actually, it is available for different operating systems like Windows, Linux, Mac operating system, and other. So if you want to learn about the different versions available for Windows operating system and their requirement, just click on the Windows button and you will see all the releases. As I mentioned in the class, we have two different parallel releases for the Python. The one series is the Python 2, while the latest is Python 3, and the current version under the 3 release is 3.9.0. However, here you will see plenty of other Python versions along with description. For example, 3.9.0, which is the current release, you will not be able to use it on Windows 7 operating system and earlier operating system like Windows XP, etc. So as I am using Windows 7 operating system in my virtual environment, so I will not be able to download 3.9.0. But you can download the 3.9.0 if you are using Windows 8 or Windows 10, for example. So just click on this button and save the file. I have already downloaded the file, so I will cancel the download. Then you have to go to the folder where you have downloaded the Python installation file. Double click here and it will start an easy to follow installation process. So you have to select both the option I want to install for all the users, and I also want to add it to my path, and then I want to install the recommended settings. Okay, now it will take some time for the process to complete. Once the installation process is completed, you will get the message setup was successful. Close this window. So now we have downloaded the Python, latest version of the Python. We have installed the Python, and now step number 3 is to open the idle environment for writing our first program. For that, you will need to click on the start button, and then here you can write the idle word. Here we go. Click on it and it will open the idle, which stands for Integrated Development and Learning Environment. It is actually the default IDE for Python. It is suitable for the students as well as for the beginners who want to learn Python language because it is very simple and it is very user friendly. It will give you a user friendly environment. Due to its simplicity, it is also recommended for teaching purposes. If you want to teach Python to the students, so it is recommended for you to use the idle environment. When you open the idle, you will see something like this, and this window is called Python shell. This is actually the place where you will write your code, right? So for example, I want to write my first program. So for that, I need to write the keyword print and then parenthesis, double quotes, oops, hello world. So this is actually my first Python program. If you press the enter, you will see the output immediately here. This is the output of the first Python program. Here I would like to mention that this interface is recommended for writing single line code. It is not recommended for multi-line code. So if you want to write multiple line code, you have to select file and then a new file. Here we go. Once you write your code here, let's suppose we want to write the same instructions, the same code over here again. Hello world. Then you will need to save this file. For that you have to select the save button and then give it a name. For example, first.py. Remember, whenever you want to save a Python code, source code, you have to mention the extension which is .py, and then you can store it in the default directory or wherever you want to store it. Save the file and that's it. Now if you want to run the program, you have to go back to the shell window, and from here you can run this program very easily. So if you give some attention, here you see two different windows. Window number one is actually the shell, and window number two is the file, the new file that I have created and save it with the first.python. Now I remember one of the student asked me during the class how we can run our program. So to run your program, to run your code, to interpret your code, to translate your code to machine language, you have to click on the button run. Let me mention both of the windows here parallel. So click on run and then select run module. Once you select the run module, you will see that the Python shell window will reopen and it will actually run your program. So now you can see you have two separate windows. Here you can write your code, and when you click on the run button, it will execute your code. For example, let us write another simple program, and that is I want to add two numbers, two constant, that is 2 plus 3. Press enter, then run the module. Okay, yes, I want to save it. Oops, syntax error. I need to put parentheses over here. Save it and then run the code. Run module. Yeah, I got the answer, the output, which is 5. So shell is actually the place where you can see the output. You can actually write your code here as well. For example, you can also write the same thing here. Print 2 plus 3 and then press enter. But it is recommended for single line code. If you want to run multiple line code, you have to open a new window and then save the file and then run from here. So this was a very short and brief video about how you can actually download and install the Python, latest version of Python on Windows operating system, and how you can use the IDLE, which is the default IDE for Python, and how you can write programs, save a program, and run a program. So thank you very much for your attention. See you in another video. Till then, bye.